fuck that. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really hitting like it used to. Gas wake the neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma and karma's future, so let's do some.
I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
Right.
Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4.
Okay, everybody, we're doing a Wi-Fi test, and so I'm not doing research. So if you guys are here, you're just like, we're pro chilling, right? We're pro chilling. But I'm testing two things because OBS is really complicated, and I don't understand how to freaking use it. And I got a schizo clip to work once, and haven't been able to get it to work since. But I'm giving this one last shot now that I know that the cables outside were damaged. So I'm just chilling, guys. I'm like not doing research. I'm literally just seeing what's the threshold for this, because it says I'm a 10 out of 10 right now. So I don't really trust that that's gonna last though. So let me go over here and say hello to the chat since I have no reason not to. Hello, Does It Rain? Hi, Racine. No worries. Mind Hack. No worries. Hi, Jen Marie. Hi, Meatball. And Missy Jean and Jennifer's Pager. Hello. So nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Hi, Wes H. And hi, Misty Blue. Mamas and Papas. SC Ladybug. I always want to say like SLC Ladybug. I don't know why. My safety feels unsafe. Hello, Mandy Diff, Jenny Lee, Gina G, Tara Jackson, and okay, I think I'm all caught up. Oh, thank you. I love Farrah Fawcett. The last time I went to get my hair done, she was a lot younger than me, and she asked me how I styled my hair, and I said, "Do you know like Farrah Fawcett?" She looked at me like I was stupid, and I was like, "Never mind, I'll do it." I was like, "I'll just take care of it when I get home." That's my vibe. Hi, public awareness. So let me know if the audio gets laggy or choppy. I only have the schizo clip loaded of Brother Ali, so I may just run it because I feel real weird. I don't think I'm ever gonna get over that. Yeah, let me run it so I don't feel dumb. All right, BRB.
Come on, let's go. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and proud. Let's do the shit for real, come on now. Smoke and mirrors, stripes and stars, stolen for the cross in the name of God. Bloodshed, genocide, rape and fraud, written to the pages of the law, good law. The cold continent latchkey child ran away one day and started acting foul. King of where the wild things are, daddy's proud, cause the Roman Empire done passed it down. Imported and tortured the workforce and never healed the wounds or shook the curse off. Now the grown-up Goliath nation holding open auditions for the part of David. Can you feel it? Nothing can save you. You question the rain, you get rushed in and chained up. Fist raised, but I must be insane, cause I can't figure a single goddamn way to change. But welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. All must bow to the fat and lazy. The fuck you obey me, and why do they hate me? Who me? Only 2 generations away from the world's most despicable slavery trade. Pioneered so many ways to degrade a human being that it can't be changed to this day. Legacy so ingrained in the way that we think we no longer need chains to be slaves. Lord, it's a shameful display. The overseers even got raped along the way. Cause the children can't escape from the pain, and they born with the poisonous hatred in their veins. Try and separate a man from his soul, you only strengthen him and lose your own. But shoot that fucker if he walk near the throne. Remind him that this is my home, now I'm gone. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the dollar is sacred and power is God. Welcome to the United Snakes, land of the thief, home of the slave. The Grand Imperial Guard, where the
always fighting demons, y'all. And hello, John Carew. And let me see who else popped in. If I missed anybody, I don't think I did. Hey, Mr. Obvious and TC. Hello. All right. So, am I still smooth? I don't care if the chat is full of your Wi-Fi is garbage. That's what you guys got to tell me, because this is the last fail swoop with this, and then you guys are basically going to see me when I try OBS, where I'm like, huh, what am I doing? Because I don't understand OBS like at all. You're worse in Windows. And thank you, Annie Kurtz. Yeah, brother Ollie slaps for sure. Hello, the everyday therapist. So nice to see you. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna chill for a little bit. That's why I didn't share the stream, because I didn't want people to like have an expectation of what's going on. I spent a couple hours day before yesterday, I think, fixing the Wi-Fi. So, you know, hopefully it's smooth. Hello, Lupe. And yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna talk about next, because there's just it's so much. It's so much, guys. I feel like I'm gonna lose my mind. But I do need to bring up Thievis ASAP, because that is something that I've been working on that I haven't showed anybody. Um, I, got that mind map thing, and so I've finally, started putting together the mind map of him, and you know, obviously the connections from Thievis to John Norman, which is then, connection to John Wayne Gacy, uh, and Dean Corll, and then the connections over to Bothell. So I do absolutely want to, bring that into it, because a lot of it is the mob nonsense. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. And thank you so much, Virginia Pellerin. So nice to see you. And I'm sure that it's freezing up there, because it's freezing here. It's freezing here. I can't handle it. I ain't built for the cold, y'all. I ain't built for the cold. And it's not even winter. It's not even winter, which is really pathetic. I haven't spent a winter in the cold since I was on the road for the Rona. But yeah, no worries, Virginia. That's totally fine. Like I said, I'm not doing anything exciting. If I was going to delete a live stream, it would be this one. And maybe the OBS one, because I have a feeling that that one's probably going to be pretty embarrassing. Probably going to be pretty embarrassing. So I guess if you guys have a question, I'll answer it. If not, I'm basically just writing this out to see how long this connection stays good, which is, not that exciting. So, well, I'm glad that it's raining there, Desert. Finally. I remember it was like super hot and y'all didn't have power. So good. I hope that it rains and the temperature drops and you guys are gravy. Is OBS the one where stuff happens if you gesture, like making a heart with your hands or a thumbs up? I don't think so. I think that is that StreamYard? Are you talking about like where someone does something and then it's like, woo, sparkles or, like fireworks, whatever. OBS is like very brass tacks, like, and they're like, "Oh, this is for beginners." It's like, no, it's not. This is super complicated. But I know once you get the hang of it, it will be easier. It's supposed to be smooth, because I can actually just stream direct from OBS to YouTube instead of having to use Restream or StreamYard or something like that. Yeah, the one with like the little animated things, if you like do that and the little hearts, I'm like, no, I'm good, because I'd be making all kinds of crazy hand gestures, So was it going to be like hot dogs flying everywhere? I have no idea. It's 70 degrees in Connecticut. Oh, that sounds lovely. That sounds very nice, Missy Jane. It was, I think, 30 degrees here last night. So I'm not really into that. Almost had freezing weather here in Spokane. Well, we were freezing. So yeah. I think it was 30 last night, and I'm not into it. How am I? I'm okay. It's a little bit of the baseline healthy, I guess, or maybe not. Baseline level of, nihilism. So it is what it is. Most days I wake up and feel like a sack of meat full of bones on a rock flying through space. Uh, so that's just how I feel. Still digging here in Asheville. Oh, dang, Annie, you're in Asheville? Damn. Yeah, it's cold. Hell yeah, it's cold. It's cold as hell. It's cold as hell. I I haven't gone like winter clothes shopping in years. Mm-mm. I ain't about it. Even though I do like it because you get to accessorize, right? But yeah, I'm not really into it. And I'm really cheap, so I have a hard time justifying buying like a nice warm jacket because I just go to, Goodwill and pray that I'm gonna get blessed when I go in there and find something dope for super cheap. So is that gonna happen? Probably not, but, this is my life. Hello, Dang. What up? Nothing. Testing the Wi-Fi. So you guys get to, stare at my big ass head while I basically sit here and write it out. Trying to think if I should maybe pull something up and see if it gets laggy. But you guys always say that when I pull something up, that's not laggy, right? Like the PowerPoints aren't laggy, the documents aren't laggy, it's just me. Hell yeah, thrift stores rock. I'm all about secondhand stuff. A, it's cheap. B, some of that stuff like you're never going to find anywhere else ever. Like all my most of my books are from thrift stores. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I've got I don't know. I mean, that's not even half of my books. Well, maybe half. That might be half of my books. But that's usually where I get in trouble is looking for books. Well, God bless Annie, and I'm sorry. That sucks. I thought about driving up there, but I asked a couple people, and it just doesn't sound like it's a good idea for me to go by myself in my vehicle as far as getting to where people need me. Where people would, need help, because obviously, like, I could try to help with my skill set, as far as like nursing, not like starting IVs out in the mud or anything like that. But yeah, I got a couple requests from some nursing agencies, and I was like, no, no, all money ain't good money. I would rather go up there and just like volunteer my time. But I asked a couple people, and they said that my truck, it wouldn't happen. I love the winter when I lived in the Rockies. So magical. Yeah, Lizzie. Colorado can be very beautiful, but also it's very cold, and those roads are extremely dangerous. You gotta get at Goodwill when they open to get the good deals. Yeah, well, a lot of people don't, they don't be hitting the books like me because I spend most of my time in the book section. Hello, Soil Edge. And your static is starting here and there, Dana. What do you mean, my static? Like, I'm getting laggy already? Yeah. Hello, Kalex. Hello. Where else you gonna find it, Atari 800? Man, I want an N64. I want the Super Smash Bros, the Diddy Kong Racing, the old Super Mario. Man, I also remember Pokemon Snap, where you used to get to drive around and take pictures of Pokemons. I used to love that. Love that so much. Let me see. It's not telling me that it says that it's a 10 out of 10. Saigon be like 95 every day forever. And let me see. High Desert, New Mexico. At this point, it's recovery. Still missing a bunch on the top of the mountains. Yeah, it's I don't know, man. I hmm. I don't know. I have a like I have some pretty strong feelings about the stuff that's, been going on and whatever. Like you guys know how I feel about politics, but there was a it's not anymore. Sorry. Okay, it started when you turned around and looked over your shoulder. Okay. Um there's there was that school shooting in Georgia, right? And that kind of came and went. And those kids had to go right back to school even though they were really scared. And then we had this. And in my personal opinion, and it's just my opinion, is that this was sort of like a litmus test to see if people gave a fuck about the poor people of Appalachia. And I would say it's pretty obvious that the majority doesn't. Not like the normal people of society, but like a litmus test as far as like the media. You know what I'm saying? Um, I just think it's a real shame. I mean, it doesn't surprise me, but yeah, while I say politics aren't real, I also understand that politics is a very powerful game, and it's just interesting that, you know, one could make the argument that, certain groups were targeted, and one could make the argument that, some people might assume that those groups might lean one way or the other, right? And so that would hit a certain voter base, right? But this is just my paranoid thinking. I love winter. I just don't like snow. Pretty on a postcard, though. Yeah, I'm not built for it. I remember when I was a kid riding like down the hill on like a trash can lid. That was about it. And it would be great if you did an episode where you just teach us how to dig into records and archives. That would be a great skill to learn. I mainly rely on buying tons of books from Amazon. Okay, I think that that is an interesting idea. Okay, uh, I I could certainly try it. Just kind of walk you guys through how I do stuff. Um, Let me think on that for a little bit, Caleb, because I don't think that that's a bad idea. But let me think on it for a little bit. I barely drove in winter up there. You choose carefully when to drive. Absolutely. Okay, so the sound is good. Thank you, guys. And I still have family in Appalachia. They don't, for the most part, such a beautiful part of the country and so neglected normally, and especially now. Yeah, absolutely. Uh, it's, you know, it Appalachia is absolutely beautiful. It's magical. Honestly, it's magical. Um, it's just, and I'm not pulling, it's not about the race card. I really don't think that it's a racial demographic thing. I think that it is an economic demographic. That's just my opinion. I think that it's an economic and political demographic, and it was a big litmus test because if that shooting and a disaster of this sort happened in a different demographic area of the country, I believe that things would be reported on very differently. But this is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. You got the hat. What hat, mind hack? What are you talking about? And you cannot count on the government to help in an emergency. There is no interest in the common folk. No, absolutely not. Yeah, no. They ain't coming to help you. They don't care. What have I been saying? The government's run by serial killers and pedophiles. Are they Satanists? To be determined. However, it is what it is. Your mind is your mint. Government is mind control. You can only save yourself. FEMA is a luxury cartoon at best. Yeah. Dana, have you noticed how there are less and less bookstores? Yeah. That's why I love going to thrift stores. That's why I freaking love it. Because there's always like, I mean, sometimes it's like hit or miss, but I mean, I don't read fiction. I just read nonfiction. Um, but yeah, I mean, they want everything to be digital, right? And I don't know. I mean, I'm of the opinion that one day all of this is going to go bye-bye, right? So I need stuff to keep my mind going, keep my mind strong. I've also got my Dollar Tree stack of DVDs. If I find something interesting, I always grab that, because it's just $1.25, and they're pushing it with the extra 25 cents, you know what I mean? But, I grab those too, just in case, because you never know. You never know. And yeah, TC, I agree. It's a war against the poor. Yep, absolutely. Total war against the poor. I think that, you know, they I think that Louisiana got it a little bit too rough too many times. And it's I think that that maybe just became kind of obvious to some people. And like I said, I can't prove it. It's just my feelings about it. It just seems very strange to me that it's just such a weird sequence of events that occurred so quickly near an election. And it's just like, not that I expect the media to like report on anything, because I don't, right? But I just think it's interesting the way that they have reacted or their lack of reaction. Kim Adams, but it is a racial issue. Female directives stated to prioritize non white citizens over whites for help. even worse than not caring, FEMA and that type blocked volunteers who were first responders, missing that golden hour to save people. Very sinister. There was so much like bad reporting coming out about the stuff going on with FEMA, and like I think it was like the Washington Post was saying that there was like basically insinuating that there was like Proud Boy hillbilly militias coming after FEMA, and it was like, no, that got debunked, thankfully. Um, but I have heard that like FEMA has blocked from people coming in to help. And that's really, it is sinister. It's more than sinister. I think that it's evil, quite frankly. And I didn't know that, Kim Adams, about the prioritization of non-white citizens over whites. I mean, if that is something that was verbalized, whoever said that is real wild. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the official that went on record and said that. That's real crazy, because that is just like, damn, then hey, I didn't know that. And then I just say it's not my theory anymore. It's just a fact. Every election is weird and controversial. Yes, that's very true. And yes, media is mind control, I believe. I don't know if y'all listen to Jaguar Wright, but I think the way that, she explains it is, kind of perfect. It's, you're watching a program, right? Program. They're programming your brain to believe the program. And I do agree with that completely. And hello, Steve Sippos. No worries. I'm not doing research. I'm just testing my Wi-Fi. Can't spell female without FEMA. Ooh, that's funny. Come on now. Don't throw all of us ladies under the bus. I ain't about that. And I also don't think that, like, y'all know I don't like Alice Jones. So, I also don't think that, like, we're about to be put in FEMA camps. You know what I'm saying? That's also garbage, too. I think Alex Jones is just the opposite of, what you see on regular TV. And who else popped? The way Bush handled Katrina will not be forgotten. Well, the way Bush handled a lot of things will not be forgotten. That's a fact. That book, what is it? Family of Secrets. And I think it's by Russ Baker, about like the Bush dynasty. Chef's Kiss. Such a good book. Such a good book. One of my favorite books, honestly, because I didn't know that the Bushes got down like that. They're way more powerful than the Clintons, which I certainly did not think or believe before I read that. Oh, that's what's up, Meatball. You like Jaguar too? Yeah, she keeps it real. She keeps it 100, man. I don't understand why people are sitting there talking about all this other garbage with Diddy, like focusing on, you know, like stuff that's already established. It's like she goes a lot deeper, and I don't think that her claims are crazy. I mean, I think that some of them are a little wild, but the people that try to throw her under the bus, it's like, you know, she's been targeted and they killed her kid, you know, try to kill her, try to have her thrown in prison. So I feel her on all of that. Bye, CC1234. I hope you have a great Saturday too. George Bush doesn't care about black people. Yeah, Kanye been wild. I totally forgot about that. Who was that? What is that guy's name? Michael Myers, right? Michael Myers, Austin Powers. Yeah, that was hilarious. I've been reading about the early days of Tavistock and their research on how to control people via media. Yeah, Tavistock's a real hellscape, the everyday therapist. And hello, Gene B. If I didn't say hi, I hope that I did. Sorry. Media gaslighting the public about cloud seeding and weather modification. Yeah, well, I remember the first time that I saw them talking about that on the news. It was a few years ago. And they were like, we can make it rain over here. This is called cloud seeding. And I'm like, are these people fucking serious right now? Are these people serious? Come on now. Come on. But people think that it's funny. Some people do. Some people think that it's cool. It's just like that podcast episode where that DARPA executive was like, are you walking down the street and you suddenly get a good idea? And you can like hear it in your head. That might be us. Like, that's not funny. It's not funny at all to me. Let me see. The programming from the Cyclops box, one eye only. I love her. The truth sounds better always, but what's going on is wild. Thank you, Sandy Mac Q. And yes, it is a distraction. Jaguar and Cat Williams are brave people protected by the truth. Yeah, I mean, I think that that's, that's real. That's straight up. I think that, Cat's gone through his own stuff and whoops. And she's gone through her own and I don't know. I mean, Jaguars talked about some stuff with like Scientology, dude. When she brought that up the last I think it was like 2 interviews ago that I listened, and the hosts weren't really like that interested, but when she heard it, I was like, "Excuse me, say that again, sister. Hold up, pause, rewind." And what she was saying makes a lot of sense to me, and I'm going to be looking into it because on that episode that I did covering the Long Island serial killer and that PI firm that was tailing Leah Remini and J-Lo just happened to be there. Come on now. I already said that they were tailing J-Lo. They were not there to look at Leah Remini. They were there looking at J-Lo. That is my firm opinion. And apparently she didn't say about J-Lo, but she said that, Scientology in LA, like near Hollywood, she's like, it's very well known that, they will, outsource or not outsource, that like they're happy to do like the gang stalking and harassment type stuff with these celebrities, especially because they already have celebrities in there. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that she's really smart and I think that she's very observant and she's very well read. But yeah, when she told me that, I was like, okay, all right. I wish I could pick her brain straight up. Was there a hurricane to cover up the diddler? Ordered the dirt lurk cover up or hurricane? Was there a hurricane to cover up the diddler? Ordered the dirt lurk cover up the hurricane? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I don't know. I don't really. I get what you're saying. I feel like. With this election, I feel like that timing is more weird. Honestly, I feel like the election that's too much, right? Like the media is constantly trying to overload us and like snap, move to the next thing, move to the next thing. Like you don't even have time to process it. But that's just my 2 cents. Somebody tells you we're all going to be in FEMA camps. Tell them you'll be weaned off of a bottle soon. Ancient rain dancing is a tale. Tisa Tells brings receipts. I've never heard of her. And let me see, can you drop a link? Well, you know what? Let's test out this Wi Fi, huh? Let's see if it's gonna. This is gonna be the real litmus test, right? Hello, Crackhead Kenny. What's up? We're just chilling. We're pro chilling, testing the Wi-Fi. Let me see. Let me find it. This was the one with. I only got the thumbnail here. Yeah, let me grab that. And I remember like somebody left this stupid comment like, "You're dumb. You don't know how to pronounce Leah Remini's last name." I wanted to be like, "Shut up with your ass. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. It's total nonsense." Hopefully that link works. I don't know if it's going to, but that's the one where I talk about the Long Island serial killer, and I straight up think that they were tailing J-Lo for Diddy. Because J-Lo's dad is a high-ranking Scientologist, or he was, right? I just, I don't, yeah, J-Lo's dad is a Scientologist, straight up. It's just very, very weird. It's so weird that, like, people don't talk about that, and it's like, there's so much more there besides J-Lo's proximity to Diddy. It's so much more. And it's like, come on now. That PI firm with all them dirty ass cops. Them dirty ass cops. And in that one, I make all those connections. I mean, I'm sure that there's more connections, but I did tie it into the current media campaign garbage going on with the Long Island serial killer. Because everything's just blackmail. I know. I wondered why I never liked Diddy or J-Lo, and now I know. I never wondered why I never really like anyone famous. She said Aleister Crowley. She said Scientology. She said L. Ron Hubbard. That's what's up. You know, I think that she's very well read. So I think that it shows you know, open-mindedness and a willingness to learn, which I think is important. Hi, everyone, and Dana can't stay long. No worries, Tawny C. I'm not doing anything interesting. I'm just riding this out. That's it. Just testing the Wi-Fi. I feel like that contributed to her raise significantly. Jennifer has zero talent. Yeah, duh. Oh, sorry, Jennifer's pager. I have to find the episode. I have to find that one because I have like a whole library of her stuff. But when I find it, I promise I'll throw it in my community section. That way, you know, you guys can watch it, and I'll try to like get a timestamp or clip it or something. Because she had said it like so passively, and I'm just like, excuse me, like, but you could tell the host of the show because it's the real life street stars, like they don't really care about Scientology. You know what I mean? They're not really focused on it. So we need a Scientologist meme. Well, what do you mean? I don't know what that means. And yeah, JLo's not talented, you know? JLo's not talented. Sorry. She got a nice body, you know, and that's fine. But I think the Jaguar Wright has some interesting stuff to say about JLo. And 1 out of 6 peeps on Long Island are serial killers. Well, John Carew, I don't think I'm ever gonna go. I'll take your word for it. How about that? I'll trust your judgment there. So I think that there is a lot that Jaguar Wright tries to say, but people don't even pick up on the even more insidious and evil stuff that she alludes to. But it seems like outside of Orlando Brown. Yeah. I like it's obvious. I mean, when you see Orlando Brown, like he's not crazy. I've seen interviews with him like where he's just completely like with it. You know what I'm saying? So uh obviously he is playing a character and he has a right to come out here and make his money. If he's going to perform, then good for him, you know. I'm not going to judge these people. Like whatever. It's put out the information, do what you do with it. But I agree that she says a lot of things and that's why I have to go back and like re-listen because she says so much and it's like some of the stuff is very like not obvious, but like, okay, Diddy, right? And okay, like the 2C and all that stuff. Okay, that's fine. But it's those little things. Cause I think it was who was it? Harvey Weinstein. She was saying that Scientology was helping Harvey Weinstein when all of that stuff popped off, which is really interesting, right? Because that whole idea of like secret Scientologists, especially in Hollywood, there's a really strong argument that Harvey Weinstein is absolutely a secret Scientologist. And I'm just like, you're saying something to me, girl. You're saying something to me. Remember when it was such a big deal that I didn't even know that she did all that. I haven't been watching her that long. I just remember seeing her and I was like, okay, I want to get on like that level of confidence, right? Like where I could just sit there and pop off on people. JLo wants so bad to walk around topless. Well, I don't know. I don't know. And yes, the P diddler. Yeah. The diddler. It's all just I don't know. You see and that's like, I don't know, man. It's the people that just care about that stuff. I'm like, miss me with it. Miss me with it. You're just going with the flow. You're not advocating for anything. Cause like I remember watching her interview right after the raids and I didn't realize, but now it makes sense in hindsight because I remember when Diddy was like on the lam, right? And nobody could find him. But the fact that like he had his kids there and his kids are the ones getting arrested and like she's pointing this out. You know, the kids are the ones that got arrested. And then who was it? Was it Dame? What it wasn't Dame Dash, was it? I can't remember who it was that got arrested in Miami. Like he set up other people to take the fall for him. And it's like, why? What else is going on, right? Because it's just rolling into somebody else. That's all that's happening. Um, and I agree, with her point that no one should be surprised and no one should be offended. The only thing that people should be offended about is that, they haven't been paying attention, in my opinion. But that's just me. No worries, someone. I'm just chilling. If I was going to delete one, it would be this. Let me see. I agree watch the difference between Cap Capote interviews of him as to opposed to real life street stars. I think the Diddy stuff is a distraction for something else. Just don't know what yet. I didn't know who P. Diddy was until last week. Shut up, dang. I've had pretty strong feelings that there's like a really big Scientology angle to the whole like diddler thing. So a distraction, sure, absolutely. But I think that there's something else going on there. Uh, I just don't know what. No one knows, really. I guess time will tell. But maybe at some point I'll do the episode. I can't remember who suggested it, where we kind of walk through like how I do research, right? So we'll do that. And obviously I won't be able to go through like every single thing. I can just give you guys some ideas. It's very difficult right now with the way back being down. I'm just going to keep it 100. It sucks. Um, and I don't know when it's going to come back up. I have a feeling personally, and I have nothing to support this. It's just my theory that the way back will not come back up until after the election. Um, but I can at least show you guys the newspaper articles, which you do have to have a subscription for, and then Ancestry, which you do have to have a subscription for. And then I can just show you guys how I look for some stuff in Google. It's just a lot of stuff would pull up the Wayback results, and I was just getting groovy with the Wayback before it got hacked. So it blows. Let me see. It's all disgusting, nasty, germy example of America following in the fall of ancient Rome and Greece. I hear from the grapevine, big, big, big takedown coming. Of course, Tupac's Machiavelli album came out the year before. 48 Laws of Power, no coincidence. I'm sure, though, the book is based off of Machiavelli's The Prince. It's all Gonda. It's fun to talk about. Could be Diddy, the Fallout guy. I mean, I don't know that, well, there you go. Desert Rain just dropped it. See? The Fallout guy for Clive Davis, Quincy Jones, and Ron Burkle. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. I hope that I hope that they bring down the hammer on the Biggie and Tupac thing. But I see some of these people, like, who was that one chick? What's her name? Candace Owens. Like the little like short thing or whatever popped up. And it's that video of a very young Tupac. And it's just like this whole like whatever, like he's clearly gay and like they made him a gangster. And it's like, read Drugs as Weapons Against Us by Potash first, because you're missing a whole ton of stuff. Like, miss me with that. Go listen to Program to Chill talking about Death Row Records, okay? Like, straight up. That's such, like, she's people like that have platforms that big are doing such a disservice to the topic. Like, it's been proven that infiltrated with feds, infiltrated with the Mossad. Like, is anyone surprised that Diddy had a massive blackmail operation? They shouldn't be, right? They shouldn't be, especially all the way back then, And I think that Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, provides some very interesting insight into what happened as far as Biggie. Were they trying to, take down Diddy? Well, the story that Gene Deal tells, that's what it sounds like, right? That's what it sounds like. And that Diddy got tipped off. Let me see. Are you on other platforms? YouTube will probably yank your channel over anything. Well, I'm not. I'm out here just kind of freeballing it. So hacked or taken down to hide and wipe stuff out. Yeah, I know. I don't know where else I would put it. I don't know. I know. People have told me I gotta stop, that I need to start, that I literally need to start like downloading and re-uploading all of my streams onto another platform, which obviously, like, it's just gonna be a bazillion videos of my old research, which is very, very painful for me. I'm just like, oh, God. But thanks, guys, for pointing that out. I probably should. Probably should. Perhaps we should be studying Freudo-Marxism and how they used art in the industry to recreate the primal scene paired with the imagery psychoanalysis. Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff with art too. Like, I don't know, like when people sit there like talk about like George Soros, I'm like, shut up. I'm like, come on. Because like he has this really weird art thing. It's like this global sort of art thing, and it's very interesting. But it's almost like psychological warfare through art. And I just think that it's fascinating. I don't think that he's like this big boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that anybody's a big boogeyman. Candace O is still pushing Tom O'Neill's chaos. Well, you know, I don't really know what to tell people, right? It is what it is. Sorry, limited hangout, right? Where's that preview from Netflix that we were promised? We've got what, 12, roughly. We got a month and a half, 2 months, 2.5 months, 2.5 months until the end of the year. We were promised a preview of a Manson Netflix series based off of Chaos. Where is it? Inquiring minds would like to know. Paul Hart Berger. Where's the preview? Because don't y'all think that I forgot about you. None of y'all. Trust me. I'm coming. I'm just juggling a lot of topics. Hey, girl. Hey, Sarah. How are you, boo? And let me see. He's about to get yanked off of YouTube. Well, I mean, it's, if I get deleted, I don't make money on here anyway. It's like, but obviously I don't want that to happen. I have been banned a couple of times. And that I have that silly copyright strike, which is like, I don't even feel like disputing it. I absolutely can. I just don't feel like it. Because it expires, I think, like after 90 days or something like that. Emma from Imagination Podcast got her whole channel deleted just like 2 days ago. Damn. That sucks. I'm going to keep it 100 though. She doesn't deserve that. I'm not saying that at all. However, some people be saying wild stuff. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that they're lying or anything of the sort. That's why I don't do interviews. Because I would have questions, right? And she has a lot of patience and grace. But people be saying wild stuff. And I understand that I say wild stuff. Some people think that I'm completely, out to lunch. There's nobody home, right? But she has a lot of subs. She has a lot of followers. It's a lot of attention. Plus, she was getting plugged on big shows. People were plugging her on big shows, including that douchebag, excuse my French, Ian Carroll, because that guy is a total, like, miss me, bro. Miss me. Him and Danny Jones and that Ammon Hill stuff, like, I'm good. Yeah, Mandy. Art is also used to launder money, allegedly. Well, that's a fact. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone have any opinion on George Gascon? How corrupt is he? Who is he? I don't know who he is. I have no idea. If they do a Manson doc, they won't put in any of the real stuff. Correct, a guy in his room, because it's going to be based off of Chaos, the most limited hangout of all in regards to the Manson case. Hello, Danny. And all right, hold on. Y'all are talking about R. Kelly. Thank you, someone. I appreciate it. And try imagining she never got deleted. James Elefantis has that Pegasus gallery in DC. And there's something about how they can send art that's alive legally, something like that. Lawfield and Love channel is rebooted. He got back. He came back. Lawfield and Love. That's what's up. Good. Because Patrick, Patrick was doing the Lord's work, in my opinion. But so her show was interviewing, she interviewed me, but I wasn't on there like sharing my story. It was more so bringing attention to the connections between the process, the Satanic Temple, Scientology, things of that sort, because, her and her old man have had quite a bit of beef with the temple as well. So when they saw me and Lucy and Dougie, going back and forth, she was like, come on here, and talk about it. And yeah, that was when I took my deep dive into listening to Doug do all of his little speeches and talk about everything. So, but otherwise, it's people that come on and share their stories. And like I said, God bless. I am not one to question somebody's validity. I would just have a lot of questions, and that's why I don't do that, because some of the stuff is wild. Some of the stuff is real wild. But, I also have like really strong opinions about like Kathy O'Brien and stuff like that. And I know that that's not a popular take. Like, how dare I, right? Um, but I just think that Bryce Taylor's book is a lot more grounded in reality. So that's just me. What do you call a blonde in a tree with a briefcase? A branch manager. Ian Carroll is a gatekeeper. Yeah. Oh, he's absolutely peacocking. He's peacocking for RFK, and he's also. I don't really know like what satanic cult he was talking about, and why didn't he ask Danny Jones about the cult that he's in, the satanic cult that he's in? Emma at least is also on Rumble. Yeah, at least she's there. The algorithm gods here are really crappy. You're really just you're at the whim of not only the algorithm but the alleged human behind it if you get a human review, because that is very much so alleged, because I've had to go through that and was in regards to reporting something else. But yeah, there's no human there. And if there is a human, they don't have a soul. Candace got 1,000 years of catching up to do, but she's doing good work. Yeah, she has such a big platform, and it's like, girl, go read Potash and then come talk to people about Tupac. Like, just stop. Like, stop it, you know? Because she's allowed to have her opinions, but as far as the chaos stuff, get out of here. Miss me with it. Gascon is currently LA District Attorney. I don't know anything about him. Hello, Maximus. I have no idea. I would imagine since he's the LA DA, he's probably corrupt. But maybe that's me being ungenerous towards him. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess I can look into him, but I don't even think that I've heard of him before. I thought that oh no, that's the mayor or the governor. I don't pay attention to a lot of California politics. I just know that one dude that reminds me of Trudeau, but I think that he's like the mayor or the governor. Who knows? This is why I don't pay attention to politics. I went to a kids' talent show, and these little kids dancing to Jesus songs really surprised me. I think they were dancing to Take Me to Church. Well, that's dark. That's dark. And Lutefisk, in my opinion, Emma interviews legitimate and illegitimate individuals alike. I agree. I just I would never say who was one side or the other. I absolutely agree that there are people on there that it's like, okay, that all tracks within reality, right? And I think that Emma does a really good job. She doesn't like judge people or give them a hard time. And, you know, I can't hate on her style. Like, that sucks that she got her channel ripped, but I know that like once you get plugged by somebody that has a bigger platform, like that Ian Carroll dude, what was that other show? I can't remember. It's the guy that has the mohawk. That doesn't help anybody. It looks like I was jerking something off. I should stop doing that. Uh, but one of the co-hosts was talking about of a show, and it was a much bigger show. They sit in a circle and like they drink beer. I have no idea. There's tons of those out there. I'm literally offering nothing good to the conversation right now. Let me see. Tupac was a truth teller in poet form, in my opinion. Yeah, and I think that his mother's history is really interesting. I think that when you go further back and kind of follow it through as Potash did and Program to Chill did, I think that it's really fascinating. And it also makes it a lot more sad, in my opinion. Uh, Even the way that like they did ODB, man, like that whole like just the rap scene, the way that that was set up, all of it is so screwed up. Jack works too, Yeah, well, I know. And goodbye, Tawny C. And Gavin Newsom. Thank you. Okay, see, thank you, Michael Malloy. I have no idea what's going on. Hello, Jen Marie. And she doesn't deserve to lose her channel. I agree, Lutefisk. I don't think that she does either. It's hard for me to believe gang stalking victims because it could so easily be paranoia. Well, here's what I'll tell you, a guy in his room. Um, I'm on the fence about it only because I've been a I know that I've been gang stalked. I have no problem talking about it. I also don't care if people think that I'm crazy. Um, but I show people that stuff like as it happens. So like there was a period, 2 different times where someone was posing as a police officer in Pennsylvania, which is weird, right? And they would call me nonstop, like hundreds of times back to back, where I couldn't even use my phone, because as soon as I would block the number, they would use another number. People impersonating me, harassing other people, making, channels, pretending to be me, reaching out to very big podcasters and authors, things of that sort. So it comes in various, shapes and forms. And that's why I know that some of the claims can seem a bit out there, but I think that it's hard for people to understand unless they've been through it. And I don't think that me like showing people the things that have happened make them understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, hey guys, here you go. Like, look at all this crazy stuff that's happening, right? And then people can just kind of make their own determination from there. Does it make you paranoid? Yeah. And I don't think that that's an unfair conclusion to draw. I don't think so, because it's like, I mean, what are you gonna do, right? People pretending to be cops? Yeah, people pretending to be you, harassing old people? Like, you get a little bit annoyed, right? And plus, like, people just do you dirty in this research world. You know what I mean? Hello, Eshni. And let me see. If you have been stalked, it is extremely scary, especially. Yeah, it can be rough, it can be rough. It's it's based off of everybody's experience. It's just like I said, I think it's better to be proactive. And for some people that's really hard and some people can't for safety reasons. And that's fine. But I have no problem like people think like I'm doing drama or whatever and it's like no, I'm just showing y'all what's up. That's it. I'm just showing you guys what's up as it happens, right? Because then maybe that helps people have a better understanding, of what's going on. Let me see. Angie Power Disney, big loves from Ireland. Hello. You just have to document everything. We're women, so we'll always be crazy, fucking annoying when security issues are very real. Yeah, that's real, Jennifer's pager. Yep. Yep. Very easy to sit there and call the woman crazy, right? Like how I'm whatever, I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going to start because then the little demons are going to come. Hello, Petit Penguin. What do you think of David Icke? Don't know anything about him. Haven't read any of his books. Who's that other dude? William Cooper? Bill Cooper? Never read it. Don't know. Haven't read Lavenda either. I don't know. And I'm skeptical of those accusing the queen of being a shape-shifting lizard rather than being metaphorically reptilian. I think that that's a very fair skepticism Lupus I made because, yeah, I ain't about that either. Targeted individuals goes way deeper than just the gang stalking. The medical industry is heavily involved. Yeah, absolutely, John Carew. I I've heard many horror stories, especially about, the involvement of the medical industry, which is just another reason why I never want to work for a hospital system ever again, besides the complete garbage that they, you know, put everybody through and gaslighting everybody after COVID and pretending like nothing happened. Uh, you know, it's you I just guess that there would be no way of knowing as like the normal person working in the hospital, if one of your patients was being targeted, like that would haunt me, you know. But I do know that it happens. So it's like I'm good, Just yeet me out of here when you're ready. Let me see. People pretending to be FEMA and turning you away when I'm here to help. Paranoia makes things more spontaneous. It's the spice of life. Paranoia is the spice of life, truly. Gang stalking can be a real thing, can be paranoia too. Also, if someone has paranoia, a neighborhood might gang stalk them to force them to go away just because they don't like problematic people. I agree, Mavis Milton. I think that that is a very balanced perspective. Yeah. Because if someone's wilding out, it's just like, let's give them what they want, right? Yeah. And then they would leave. Paranoia doesn't steal e-meters from one's car, but gang stalking Scientology ops do. Just saying. Well, who stole e-meters from someone's car? Are people auditing people in a car? Cuz that's wild. All right. That would be wild. I don't really know what to say to that. I'd figure you'd have to be hooked up to the wall. You know what I mean? Let me see. His name is Ick. Oh, is it David Ick or David Icke? I thought it was Ike. Willie Cooper used his Veritas mail out program to launder tons of money through tax fraud. Well, hey, that's just the name of the game. Pardon me, I was raised by wolves. Hello, Mindsai. And as long as you don't carry To Kill a Mockingbird around with you, no. I'm a survivor of the troubled teen industry and was sent away at 14, so excuse me if I have trust issues. Jen Marie, you are all good and no, excuses or apologies or anything of the sort necessary because, you know, that whole troubled teen thing is very, very dark. It's very dark. Someone that uh, went to Cedar Park and knows a lot of people there, hit me up. Been having some interesting conversations about, Cedar Park and Cedar Bay and Bothell and the Baiters. So it's going to get interesting. I wonder if Barry keeps an e-meter in his car. Just kidding. Lufus Limeade, no, you don't. I hope that you don't anyway. Let me see. Then it wouldn't be an e-meter. It could be a parking meter. I don't know. Well, the whole like lizard people, I'm like, no. I think that the metaphor of reptilian like is, whatever, that's fine. But like the whole lizard people thing, I'm like, nah. That's why when like that one person said that like my channel's about like shapeshifters and QAnon, I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I don't understand the concept of shapeshifters because I don't care. People can't deal with like the ground that their feet are on. So, whatever. Jenny, yes, people do not realize how much power the medical industry has. I identify as an Apache attack helicopter. I identify as a problem. So, that's what's up. I'm with you there. What are we at? We're at an hour. Has it been smooth this entire time? Because what? I mean, I did pull up the YouTube and grab a link. Yeah. And it didn't get weird. You guys said the audio got a little weird, but that was because I moved. maybe we'll be in luck, or maybe I should stop saying that and hoping for that and do the OBS test and then just pray. So, I don't know. Huh. I'll wait a little bit longer because I feel like if I'm cutting it off at an hour, it's like as soon as I hit like an hour 5, it's going to be like connectivity at 0.5. Whatever. Anyways, there are good people and then there are people that let themselves become evil. Well, I I I think that people are born good, right? I think that we come in good. But, you know, then things, the external environment, things of that sort, that changes, and then it changes your internal environment, right? So, gang stalking are cult tactics. That's why when I heard Scientology was probably behind it, it made sense to me. Well, that is correct, Soil Lodge. That is absolutely correct. Yeah. I I'm not Calyx, I don't understand OBS. That's why I haven't used it because it's difficult and I'm not good with computers. Um yeah, I think that the Scientology stuff, it just seems like there's a constant thread of Scientology with everything, right? Barry Bader. There's 3 threads technically. Um And then, I gotta find that clip about Jag talking about it with, Harvey Weinstein. Because besides the, like, research stuff, I would love to show you guys, like, my anointed, but I think grounded in logical reality sort of theory that I put together to remind me to come back and dig a little bit deeper on certain people, and it has absolutely paid off, as far as, like, the concept of secret Scientologists, right? Because I think that there's a lot of them out here, and I think that a lot of them get to fly under the radar, and I think that J-Lo's one of them. Mormons have gang stalking down to an art form. So do the Scientologists. Let me see, I actually think some people are born evil, honestly. It's good work, but like everything else in our current world, the demons have infiltrated everything. Like I said, I mean, I feel like when you're young, generally, you have to be taught to not trust strangers, right? You have to, you know, be taught things about, and obviously it's for your safety, right? Like your parents are protecting you, hopefully. Um, but like inherently, at least before your frontal lobe is fully developed, you know, it's I think that people are good. I think, past a certain point, there has to be accountability. That's just how I feel. I am a Mormon. I have never been gang stalked. Well, God bless Michael Malloy. Keep it that way because it's not fun. It's not fun. And I don't think that I've ever had any of the, any like sort of issues with LDS. They've shown up at my house a couple of times. Um, and that could be because I yell at the young ones when I see them at the Walmart, and I'm just like, don't do it. Don't do it. But they're so young. And that was in Florida, and it was so hot, and they had, like, a suit on, and I'm like, um, the Scientologists, yeah, they'll come at you. The Satanists, they'll come at you, straight up. The Processians, the best friends people, mhm. Every now and then, your diaphragm is your speaker. Oh, well, sorry. Well, I wonder why it's getting scratchy. I don't like touching this thing. For multiple reasons. One, it has a bit of a phallic shape to it, and I'm not really into that. But secondly, I'm not a sound pro, right? I'm not a sound pro. I'm not here saying that I'm going to give you great sound and great visuals. It's just, Aaron is secret, I believe. Oh, Jennifer's pager. Really, really. I'm gonna tell you right now, I've been saying that since July of last year. July of last year. So someone else popping in here, that's kind of wild, saying that because I've had very strong feelings about that for a hot minute. Let me see. Look up OBS setup, Hammer Dance 2024. for the initial setup video. Okay, Kalix, I will. And let me see. Do you think Dahmer, Gacy, Bundy were not evil as kids? I do. Well, unfortunately, I used to be a big true crime nerd in the angle of like psychology. I'm not proud of it. But I have read every freaking book on all of them as far as like their lives, the history, and there were bad things that happened to each of them. Absolutely. But like Gacy wasn't working alone. That's been proven. Gacy was involved with Dean Coral and John Norman. That was a pedophile porn. That was a porno ring. That's, I mean, that's out the gate, So that's why I have a really hard time with the whole like lone nut serial killer. I think that the people that are put out into the public that get all that press, including Bundy and Dahmer, I do not believe that any of them acted independently. But Gacy, that's not up for debate. I mean, that's one that's pretty cut and dry as far as what he did. But it makes sense, especially when we come back and we start looking at the Atlanta child murders, right? Yeah. Let me see. Only in America could a science fiction writer create a crazy psycho religion that actually makes money and recruits so many. Well, I mean, he was also working for naval intelligence. He was doing his job. He did a great job. We are all seeking justice, but will it matter? We know the history of decades of injustice. For a fact, that is very true, Polaris 23. Yeah, there is a lot of injustice. If a pregnant woman does drugs and has a child, the child doesn't have an equal chance. That's a very fair observation. Yeah. I remember having a chat with someone claiming they were recruited to do gang stalking by someone tied to the intel. Well, dang here, Davis Aaron, dox me harder. I'm not talking about you. Yeah, there are people that do online gang stalking that you get paid. I mean, that's just, you can go see the forums straight up. I mean, it's out there. It's a job. You guys have seen like the like Snapchat farms and like the OnlyFans farms. Why do y'all think that ain't on here? Come on now. Gacy probably made snuff. Yeah, well, what was the dude? Roy Ames had photos of 11 victims. Another massive pornographer, right? But are you saying people are not born pedo? Not every one of them was molested. Probably. I think that that's complicated. And I don't think that it could be like a blanket statement because, people are complicated, right? Things aren't black and white. So obviously, I think it is nature versus nurture. And I think that there's a bit of both. I don't think it's definitively one or the other. I think it's a mixture and everybody's different, right? You met Vincent Bugliosi, Jennifer's pager. Was he a dick? I've heard he is. It's very interesting. And let me see. Helter Skelter's great book. Haven't read it. I watched Stephen King's movie It last night for the first time. Oh, which one? Did you watch the original one or the new one? Scientology and LDS are intelligence operations at the very top. Bingo, Desert Rain. You're picking up what I'm putting down. You guys know what's up. It is. It's intelligence gathering. Come on now. Same thing with the Vatican, man. What do you think that confessional is for? Come on now. Oh, dang, I'm not reading that. About Mount Rushmore, you're shot out. I think we're dispositioned at birth for all kinds of different things, but what happens to history? Life is what dictates what we are. Yeah, I think that life is it's complicated, It's all just very complicated. And I don't endorse the Criminal Minds, Mindhunter sort of thing, just because I know that John Douglas of the FBI is a bitch. Excuse my French, but John Douglas is a bitch. I refuse to call him anything other than what he is. But he's the one that purported this whole like the sexual psychopath is taking out blah 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 blah. And the knife is his phallus, and that's how he's going to penetrate the woman who's his victim because he hates women. And it's like, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit. And they've brainwashed people. And then we have all these true crime documentaries coming out every 5 seconds. And you got people like, oh my God, my hair's like so hot. Or like the actor playing the character, the serial killer, is like so hot. And it's like, okay, you need to go see a therapist, and whatever streaming service that you have needs to be canceled, and you've got to get like removed from the internet for a little while because that's not normal. It's not healthy. Let me see. K. Greggs lays out how effed up our world is. He was a dick, okay, and preach. Oh, hello, Cosmic Crumb, and let me see. Douglas loves the West Memphis 3. What, you talking about, Dougie? Is that what you're talking about? There's a movie called Charlie Says about Manson. Matt Smith's Charlie movie isn't great, but Smith's performance is good. That's interesting. I will look it up. I don't buy into alphabet soup being satanic. They're all satanic mafias. Well, here's the thing. When I say satanic, people think I'm going like full Q, right? Like, I think that it's a spectrum. It's a big spectrum, just like everything else. And if people aren't willing to acknowledge that, then I think that they're not being intellectually honest. But I do think that whatever religion or deity or demon or whatever, it's an excuse, right? For like the evil or the, vindictiveness or greed, whatever you want to call it, that you have in your heart. However, I ask people, why? Oh, Mindhunter Douglas. Okay. Yeah, he loves the West Memphis 3. Why is it that just the Satanist, just them, they're the only ones that don't have any abuse, including violence, including sexual abuse, and including the abuse of children? They're the only religion? Okay. All right. Whatever you guys say. That's the big red flag to me, right? Like, that makes no sense for just people being people. And I understand that, Satan's like the original lone nut, right? It's an excuse that people use. However, the idea that these people do not gather and do some of these things, it's like, guys, don't, in my opinion, I'm not even trying to like tell people what to think or, how to feel. It's just, don't be naive. People like to target other belief systems, and people don't have a hard time believing in those belief systems and acting violence on the world. What makes the Satanists so special? Nothing. The alphabet's LARP as Satanists. Yep, that's right. But that's what I'm saying. Whether it's the Satanists, it doesn't matter what cult it is, they're in there getting, intelligence. Or blackmailing people and, compromising them. And no one remembers the name of the victims. It's like, when I used to listen to true crime podcasts, for the most part, I enjoyed the ones that did focus on the victims. And that, that was the main focus of it. But I haven't been able to listen to those in a couple of years because it's too much, man. It's and I get that like some people are waking up to it. And like I said, I learned some interesting things. That's how I learned about, Jonestown not being what it was initially. So I got to give credit for that. But I'm just not into true crime because I do feel like it's just another form of conditioning, thanks to John Douglas, the ultimate bitch, the first bitch of the FBI, John Douglas. You know, I hope that he's proud of the legacy of tears that he's left, because that's it. Let me see. I just call them evil instead of Satanists because that term is so smeared. Well, that's fair. I like to, I don't know, I like to call them the Satanists, right? They're recognized by the government, they're recognized by the federal government, and they have tax exempt status. They worked for it, right? So I'll give them their due. Good for them. Because, I mean, I also think that they're a bunch of grifters. All I can say is Wonder Woman. Well, hello, Abita. Thank you. The bitches. Yeah, there's a difference between a satanic spirit or mindset or worship in the devil. Let me see. I believe in good, not God. And then there is evil and not interested. No, I think that everybody has a right to believe whatever they want, man. And I'm certainly not going to give anybody a hard time. The author Neil Gaiman recently had credible accusations of SA against him. He also happens to have his family tied to the Scientology UK, even though he claims he's not a part of the church, of course. I didn't know that. I don't think I've ever heard of that guy before. Let me see. Yet everyone who criticizes the satanic church gets called crazy right wing. Yeah. Oh, I know. Dougie. Doug, Lucian. He's a total jackwagon and whatever, him and his friends just it's dumb. They can't have like an honest conversation. I'm still waiting for an update from the temple alleged bomber. Sean Patrick Palmer. I hope that they let dude out because I don't think that he did it. I would imagine that, whatever his trial is going to be, if it does go to trial, probably won't be that exciting. But if it was going to be going on for a little bit and it wasn't that far, I would go protest outside by my damn self. Best believe it. You best believe it. I'd be out there like, free my dude. He didn't do it. Who talked to the witnesses? Where are the witnesses? And I would have that meme that I have of Doug where he's sitting there looking all pensive, right? Like, and somebody put the best friends logo as his tattoo. I would have that on the other side of it. And I would just be flipping it. And I'd just be out there jamming. Let me see. And they are, okay, fake. Tax the churches to feed the poor and house the homeless. Gaiman wrote Coraline. Is that creepy movie of the chick with the button eyes? And it's like claymation? Is that what that is? He wrote American Gods and Sandman. He is an excellent writer, but seems to be a non-disposable douche. Well, Stephen King was a good writer, but it's all very dark, right? Dude was also yacked up on a lot of that Colombian bang bang stuck in his house, right? Because I've been to Stephen King's house. You can like drive outside of it. And it's huge and ridiculous, but it's also terrifying in the winter. And that's when I was there. So, he getting yacked up in the snow might be telling us a little bit more than he's letting on with that movie The Shining. You know what I mean? Solid background. Oh, well, thank you, Dream Date Charlie. I'm assuming that that's a Dream Date Charles Manson. That's hilarious. Gaiman wrote Sandman, which I think is on Netflix. He's an outspoken woke douche. Palmer the Bomber. Yeah, it's Sean Patrick Palmer. He was the allegedly the Satanic Temple bomber. No. That man is not driving all the way from Oklahoma to Massachusetts twice to do that and leave some silly note. Come on. I loved it though when he said the crybaby Satanist. Because maybe I'll have that put on a shirt. If they do take him to trial, that's what I'm going to protest with. I'm going to get his letter put on a shirt, but it's just going to be the crybaby Satanist. And then I'm going to have the sign, right? And we're just going to do that. Gaiman's gone silent for a few months now since the accusations came out. Hey, let's test the Wi-Fi. Let me look this dude up since everybody's talking about it. Tell me if I get laggy because I'm not looking. Let's see. Gaiman. What? I didn't spell that right, did I? How do you spell it? Oh, Gaiman. Okay. Gaiman. Scientology. Let's go. Huh. Oh, that dude's dead. That's a different one. I wonder if this is his daddy. There's wait, what's his first name? Y'all didn't tell me. Hold on. What's his first time chatter, long time watcher? Oh, well, thank you, Dream Date Charlie. I'm sorry that this is, I'm just Not doing anything. But thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Neil Gaiman. That's it. That's where he is. Neil. Huh. Let me pull it up. Do we know if his dad's name is David? Because Mr. David Gaiman, who was born in 33 and died in 2009, was the head of the UK branch of Scientology. So that would be very interesting. Huh. Wow. That comes up on his own website. Who is this dude? There is indeed a person named David Gaiman who is a big deal in Scientology. Okay, well. All right, bud. You're protesting just a little bit too much. Oh, he's a comic book creator? That's what this says. Huh. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. From everything I'm finding here, that dude is his dad. Straight up. So, I don't get why it would be a question. Kind of weird. I've never heard of the guy. Thanks, guys. I will look into it. He used to be an auditor. Well, I say I'm going to look into it. I will come back to it eventually. Neil Gaiman is a Scientologist, and his Watchman has... No. The smiley face stuff is the Watchman, that's him? Get the fuck out. Excuse my French. Come on. Come on now. Dr. Sleep was interesting. Yeah, I think, I do think that it's interesting. But, I don't know. I think that it was, obviously very disgusting. And, the movies don't go there, obviously. The remake was very scary. That was when I was still pretty into horror movies. I like Tommy Knockers. I thought the Tommy Knockers was a good read. He's got a creative mind, but I absolutely think that he be hitting the slopes, the nose slopes, you know what I mean? And writing some really crazy stuff while he's locked up in his mansion while it's snowing outside. Let's see. Stephen King's short story, The Boogeyman, scares me. I have a book that's a collection of short stories by him. I don't know if that one's in there. Guy, man, give me a break. The Doors of Perception by Aldous Huxley is how the Doors got their name. Yes, it is. And, I still love the Doors. I don't care. I know that, I know that Jimmy was a limited hangout, and I understand, but I freaking love the Doors. I don't care. The Watchmen was a comic series, not him. Okay, let me see. In high school, we had to read Neil Gaiman short stories and write essays on them. Wow, well, I mean, my hillbilly ass, why didn't I know who this guy was? This guy don't look that old. But I have like a very weird sort of perspective about age, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, I've seen people that are super old, way older than me, that are younger than me, and, vice versa. Let me see. Hello, Mr. Crow. No, that's Alan Moore, who's an occultist. I don't know what you guys are talking about. And hello, Kenya. Thank you so much. I am just chilling. There's absolutely nothing exciting going on. I promise. I guess I'm just going to hang out until people go away. So, whatever. It's not like I have anything else better to do. I may have to go get a drink, though, in a minute. Let me see. I get more scared from books. The imagination is a lot better than the movie. That's true. I just don't like stuff popping out at me. That's what freaks me out. And I saw the remake, and I sat in the very front. So, when they're in the garage and he comes out of the projector, and it's the giant clown head. I was screaming, but I can't deal with that very well. L.A. Woman, it's a great song, absolutely. Did I see the movie Dreamcatcher? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. All right. We're going on a journey now, right? Let's see. Movie Dreamcatcher. Let's see. 2003. What is it about? American sci-fi. Okay, so it's a Stephen King movie. Interesting. I have not. doesn't have terrible reviews because Rotten Tomatoes is garbage, as we all know. You remember when Rotten Tomatoes used to be the standard? It was actually good. Yeah. It's like now it's like, come on, man. Let me see. Let's look up. Now y'all got me wanting to look at something. Yeah, I think that the Morrison Hotel album and then LA Woman album. Those are the best. I do love Morrison Hotel. I used to know all the lyrics to like the first 4 or 5 albums of theirs. I also have like a sorry, I know that that makes it scratchy. I have a big box set of theirs. It's like a book, but you're missing watching football. Watch a bunch of young men that have their whole lives ahead of them get CTEs. I can't deal with college football. It stresses me out because that's all I think about when I'm watching it. The menu. Well, if my is the Wi-Fi being good? Did they really fix my Wi-Fi? That would be amazing. The Menu movie 2022. Oh hell no. Are they eating people? Are they eating people? What's up, BYB? Are they eating people in the menu? Because I'm not really with that. Different Seasons is perhaps King's best collection of shorts, The Real John Doe. I don't think that I've heard of that one. And I know that that's not the one that I have, but that's very interesting. I like, the little collections of those because you get a nice variety, you know. Yeah, the Doors are, man. What was that stupid album that they did? It was near the end. And it was just him reading his poetry and he was trashed. That was when it all but otherwise, I love the Doors. It slaps. But I love Morrison Hotel and LA Woman. Let me see. I still love the Beatles, even though they are a Tavistock creation. Yeah, well, that's one way to categorize them. Let me see. No, but they're killing people. Okay, all right. As long as they're not eating people, because I can't deal with that. Like, I used to have a very sort of niche taste in horror movies, and that I liked like French gore, and I don't mind reading subtitles, you know what I mean? It doesn't bother me. Um but like French extremist horror, which I mean, it's stuff you can watch on streaming, It's not too much. They just have more interesting storylines, but yeah, there's just a lot of repeats of like Nazi cannibals, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm good. I'm good. I don't need any of that. An American Prayer. Is that the Doors one? Is that the one with the poetry? Let me see. Mandy Deer. Oh, just joking with you, Dana. Yeah, no, but I really do get stressed out when I watch college football. Especially like when I was in the hospital and patients would be like, "Oh, like I gotta watch this." And I'm like, no, not while I'm in here. I ain't into that. Because look at these young kids. Whole lives ahead of them. And they about to get a brain injury and end up selling some drugs and murdering their old lady, okay? That's just what's going to happen. Okay, so it is an American Prayer. Thank you. Let me see. Are you talking about Man Bites Dog or worse? I don't know what you guys are talking about. I have no idea. Yeah, that's where he jumped the shark. Trash poetry, reading angrily. Yeah, okay. All right, cool. Martyrs. Yeah, John Doe. I've seen Martyrs. Martyrs was rough. Rough. There's I can't even recommend the movies to people just because I would feel bad if it made people upset. But Australian. Yeah. American Horror Story NYC has a character based on Andrew Crispo. Shut the fuck up, Soil Lodge. Is American Horror Story on right now? Excuse my French. Is that going on right now? Is that season going? French gore. Lutefisk, I don't think I've ever heard of Man Bites Dog. So, I need to know about this American Horror Story thing. Hold on. Hold, please. American Horror Story NYC. Oh, where's this? FX. Where can I watch it? Frontiers, Real John Doe? Hell yeah. You know what's up, The Real John Doe. Frontiers was a badass movie. Straight up. I don't know anybody else that has seen that movie besides Jay, because I showed her all that stuff. Frontiers was probably one of my favorite, like, French horror movies that I've seen because, you know, the victim becomes the victor, and everybody loves that. I never even heard of this. Soil Launch. Wow. Wow. They really be out here doing the most with this, don't they? Okay, well, great. Now I got to figure out where I can stream it from, and I'm going to have to watch it. That's fun, right? That's fun. Because I was going through Maury's files last night, and because I've been working with Dare to Defy, like trying to suss out all the stuff about Willie Dunn and, James Boots, the Honorable Mayor. And I've got Willie all over the country doing his like forged check stick. And then I was going through Maury's files, and it was just a random name that I decided to look up. But this person was also running a child prostitution ring out of his house. And there were some councilmen and former councilmen and doctors and powerful businessmen. He had 18 people sign letters to get him out, even though he was found in bed with kids. In bed. So I'm going to need to watch that because they just give a little bit too much tea in those shows, because I still have to go back and, take notes on the deuce. Because now going back and identifying all of these nasty people, but you see where their connections are, because it's where's the money, right? Where's the money going? And that is a big part of it. And Maury didn't lie. The Horseman is a brutal revenge movie, hard to watch, but good. Okay, I'll check that out. I didn't know that there was like an Australian genre. I don't even remember how I got into like the French thing. I think it was that movie High Tension. That was the one that I saw that like I just remember like that plot twist, and I was just like, it's like that meme or that gif where like that was me. And I was like, that's it. I'm just going to watch French horror movies. And I did for a long time. Let me see. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up. And just realized it after you mentioned Crispo called phone booths outside gay bars looking for victims. Same happened on AHS NYC. I'm going to also have to look. That's interesting. Soil Lodge. And see if that's mentioned in that crime committee hearing that we have to finish. The one from New York, right? We're going to have to look into that too. I wonder if that's mentioned, because I know that they kind of beat a dead horse, so to speak, as far as whether it was a private phone or a public phone that was being operated within the bar, right? Because I did find some of those clubs, like the Follies Theater, the one that was having like live shows with kids on stage. I found that. So not that, but like ads for it. I found that. So I have to come back to all of this. Let me see. A Serbian film unedited is the film that should have never been made. Yeah. I saw it once when I was 21, and yeah. I don't have, yeah. I'm good. That movie was fucking awful. And I do hope that that director went to prison. There was like all those rumors about that director going to prison, right? Well, wouldn't be the worst thing to happen. There's also a leather hooded killer. What was I listening to? I can't remember. We're gonna have to come back to Crispo though soon, because there's other art stuff going on as well. Because like I keep slipping on the art scene, and I know that Parker's been in communication with somebody who knew Maplethorpe, so at least there's some movement there, right? Obviously, a lot of these people are going to be pretty reticent to say anything, but it is what it is. I mean, we figured out why Willie Dunn, basically went MIA. It was because Boots, put him into witness protection. Easy peasy, not a conspiracy. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Especially with like that Bronfman kidnapping. Inside is insane as well. That is the one with the car accident, right? And she's, you know, yeah, that one. That one's pretty rough. It is insane. It's very graphic. Let me see. High Tension. Yeah, High Tension's great. That was a great movie. It was just very graphic, but a very good psychological thriller. That opening scene in the truck, like sticks his hand out and he just like drops the head. It's like that's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Like straight up. For the rest of my life. All the world has become one big trap house snuff film staging area where fools are located and carnival barkers extort unwilling participants. Hot dog. I mean, you just nailed it, someone, like straight up. I'm just gonna put that there. That works. I'm just gonna leave that there. People could come in and I'm just gonna leave it. Cause that's 100 straight up. Cause the world is a big ass trap house. Have I ever watched Giallo films? Is that the guy that looks like Manson? That's dating Manson's former fiance? I'm probably wrong, right? Giallo films. Or is that the 80s stuff with the Red movie? Trying to think. I don't know why I call it the Red movie. Giallo is a genre of murder mystery fiction. I don't know what Italian movies I've seen. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Not a prude, but seeing the Maplethorpe exhibit at the Guggenheim was disturbing. Not a prude at all, Jennifer's pager. Not a prude at all. Yeah. It's amazing that they put that up there, right? Shouldn't surprise anybody at this point. Did you just say Elijah Dushku? Matt Smith played Maplethorpe in a movie produced by Elijah Dushku. Okay. I gotta look that up too. Argento. I don't know anything off the top of my head as far as like titles of movies, but I know that I've seen a couple of them. So I don't think that they necessarily stuck out to me too much. I know that, some of them are a bit more artsy than others. Okay, Suspiria is one that I think I've seen like once. But I know that like the red imagery is a really big thing. Thanks, Annie Kurtz. Holy shit, I'm almost at 2 hours. I'll go to 2 and then I'm done because I'm not going to waste everybody's time. I feel dumb just sitting here, but you guys are like just giving it to me. I know the thing is static. I'm sorry. I don't like touching the sound phallus. You know what I mean? I don't like doing that. But you can see I got little baby hands, right? What was that? I'm not sure about revenge films now. I saw Old Boy and it really disturbed me, even though it's kind of not really a revenge movie. Well, that's fair. That's fair. Have I seen Martyrs? Revenge movie that turns into a psychotic cult situation. Hard to take. Brutal. Absolutely, Echo Cat. I've seen it. Yep. Thank you, Jessica Worth. Yeah, I've seen Martyrs. It's pretty rough. I'm trying to think of what some of the other ones are. There was one that's really, really hard to find. And because like Martyrs isn't, and I know that they remade Martyrs. I'm talking about the original version of Martyrs. Let me see. French extreme horror. You guys make me feel way less crazy that some of you guys know what this French extremist horror is, because like I remember when I like got Janae into it and she was like, what are we watching? And I'm like, shh, you gotta read. Gotta read first. All right, let's see if it comes up because I know the box It's not Calvaire. That's it. Calvaire. I don't know what that translates to, but it's Belgian. It's not French. So I don't know if you guys have seen Calvaire. It says that it was filmed or released in 2004. That movie is extremely fucked. And not in like the Serbian film type of way. It's a good horror movie, and it is included in the French extremist horror category, even though it's Belgian. So, Calvaire. So, I'm a John Wick fanboy. Don't even care. I've never seen John Wick. So, let me see. I love Keanu, so also John Wick 2. I'm a movie wuss. I don't watch things that will haunt me. Well, that's probably good, Lutefisk. I don't recommend it. I don't want to add to anybody's, nightmare fuel. You know what I mean? Because some of these movies are super screwed up. I have seen Audition. Oh, what was that stupid? Now y'all got me thinking about these other horror movies. Hold up. Because there's one that, like, was completely wild. Horror movie. Violinist. What was that movie called? It was not The Violinist. Let me see. What is that movie called? Damn, I can't think of the name of the movie. There's one movie that's trying to bring up porn. I'm not into that. There's one horror movie, I think it's on Shudder, and it's like it's got like these girls that are violinists and they're very talented, but there's like a human trafficking situation going on. I don't want to ruin it at the end, but like it's not a human centipede situation, but it's not, right? That's what I'll say. I'm not gonna trauma puts hair on your chest. Well, yeah, I don't have any hair on my chest, but I agree. Let me see. I lived in France for 10 years, so I love watching French and Belgian French films. That's fascinating, TC. A Calvaire is having a really bad time, a miserable time. Oh, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Audition is whack. Wait, am I thinking, is Audition the, I don't even know who plays a freaking violin like that? Let me see. I might be thinking of the wrong movie. Let me see. The Audition. Huh. No, it's not that. That's not what I'm thinking of. That's not it either, even though there is another movie called The Audition that was released in 2019. I don't know. This one is I don't know, it's very dark. Like I said, a little bit of a human centipede situation going on. You have a Keanu pillow. That's funny, Lutefisk. Jay has a Nicolas Cage pillow. Let me see. The cellist. I don't know if that was it. A guy in his room. It might be. Why doesn't Anthony Bourdain's girlfriend at the time of his death? Did her family do some Italian movie stuff? That I have no idea, Tara Jackson. I know that there's some, weird stuff there, weird stuff with Jim Carrey, I don't know. Wolf Creek is greatness. It's not bad. Let me see. Well, when you're a kid, Mandy D, the horror movies are scary. They're very scary. I remember when I was a kid, like when I would be babysat so that the people babysitting me could do whatever they wanted to do, they would literally get tied down to a chair and they would put on Nightmare on Elm Street, turn the lights off, and close the door. That's how I saw Nightmare on Elm Street and the Halloween movies. So, when you're a kid, it's much more terrifying. It's much more terrifying. I let other people watch movies for me, like The Critical Drinker. And I'm screenshotting all of these movies. Well, Jessica Worth, maybe someday I'll make a list. I didn't like It Follows. I didn't like it. It was like it wasn't bad. It was just very like lurky. You know what I mean? It was very like, come on, give it to me. Mandy wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. A24 makes great horror movies. What's the dude? I'm not gonna look at the chat. What was that movie? Damn it. Hold on. Hold, please. I'm gonna look in the chat and it's gonna be in there 20 times. Hold on. A24 horror movies. Where the hell is it? Why isn't it coming up? That should be the first thing on the damn list. Yep. That guy. What's his name? Fuck. Ooh, I can't think of it. I'm so stupid. God, I do not have a memory anymore. What is that called? Ari Aster. That's it. Dang. Wow. Ari Aster's badass. Hereditary. Yep. Hereditary and Midsommar. Just fantastic. Fantastic movies. I love them. I think that they're great horror films. I think that they're very unique. Midsommar kind of like messed my head up a little bit. Just bad things going on in my life, and I definitely shouldn't have seen it in theaters. But they're all very good. They're very good movies. I like Ari Aster's work a lot. Have you guys seen Ari Aster's original horror movie that he did? It's very short. Janae showed it to me, and it's terrible. And not terrible in like terrible. It's very short, and if you're an Ari Aster fan, you should watch it. I had to take a break from Ari Aster after I watched it. It's extremely dark. Did anybody watch Fresh? It still bothers me. I don't know that I've seen Fresh. Black Coat's Daughter is good. I don't think that I've seen that one. The Wicker Man, I don't think that I've seen that one either. And Sinister, I think I saw Sinister. I didn't think it was too bad. But let me see. Ari Aster. That's it. Yeah, you guys are Ari Aster fans? Okay. Let me find it because I think it's on Vimeo. So let me see. Don't watch it. Okay, well, if someone's telling you to not watch it, that's because they've watched it. Here we go. This might be it. And if not, you can at least get the title of this and watch it. It's a very short film. There you go. And it's called, I think it's There's Something Off About the Johnsons. There's The Strange Thing About the Johnsons. That's what it's called. Yeah. Watch that. If you guys like Ari Aster, that's his early work. That's before he got big. And it is a real horror movie. It's a real hellscape. Not good. Not good at all. It's extremely fucked up. Excuse my French. Extremely dark. Extremely dark. I took a bunch of edibles before watching Beau is Afraid. Love that movie. God bless. You know, I can't get down on the edibles. I can't get down on that at all, generally. I'm not built for it, you know. I'm small and people like to make the assumption that, you know, the dosage doesn't matter. And it's like, come on, it does. Especially if I tell you it does. So I don't get down like that. I love the films of T.I. West. I think I've seen... Didn't they have a horror movie that came out not that long ago? I think so. I want to say it was something like Texas E, you know what I mean? Gotta watch Antrim. I don't think I've seen it. Some found footage films can be good. They can be, yeah. There's a few of the VHS movies on Shudder that they came out with, like other types of films just like that, where they were compilations, and they were great. You know, I mean, obviously, like some of the like short films in it were better than others, but overall, it wasn't bad. Us was a good movie. I liked Us. I thought that it was good. I thought that the visuals were fantastic. I really enjoyed the cinematography. Just like what's that one that the Obamas just did? Leave the World Behind, like the cinematography on that was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. So, everybody has their things. I'm cutting this out in 9.5 minutes. 9.5 minutes. Midnight Meat Train. Very good movie, John Carew. Excellent, excellent taste. Yep, Midnight Meat Train. Honestly, I just love the title. That was why I watched it the first time, was the title, Midnight Meat Train. It's like, how could you not click play, right? How can you not click play? Yeah, I thought Us was a really interesting concept, you know. And it's just like people get up in their feelings about whatever, and it's like, just watch the movie for the movie. It's just like that Leave the World Behind. I just watched it to watch it. Get Out was good too. Hell yeah, Get Out was great. I like Clive Barker. Yeah. Get Out was fantastic. I liked Us and I like Get Out. I think that I think he brings a unique sort of, you know, I don't know, an interesting perspective to the like horror world. It's very artistic and it's unique. And I like when horror directors do something a little bit different. Midnight Meat Train sounds like a bad porno. I agree. That's kind of why I clicked on it. And no, it's a movie. It's an actual movie. We're talking about horror movies. Hi, Rise Celebrity. I'm here for it. I decided to start doing streams of classic horror and sci-fi movies at least twice a month. Hell yeah. Let me know. I'll keep an eye out and I'll share it because, I mean, I don't like sci-fi. I'm not into sci-fi movies at all. And thank you, Tara Jackson. Like I said, sorry, not doing any research today, but I like horror. I just don't like sci-fi. Uh, UFO movie, good original sci-fi. Nope, never heard of it. I don't know. Long Legs was way overhyped. I've never heard of Long Legs either. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I get tired of modern movies and love the old film noir classics. Always impressive. Well, sure. I don't disagree. I like before they had CGI when like they had to make everything, right? I think that that is way more fun and they had to put a lot more work into it, like the old Army of Darkness, Evil Dead. I love those movies. Those are classics. And Bubba Hotep, those are really good. But sci-fi, I think the only sci-fi movie that I like, and it's because it's actually one of the scariest horror movies I've ever seen, is that movie Elysium, where they get stuck in space and it's just horrific. Nope. Peel made it. I forgot that he came out with another movie and I didn't get to see it. Is that streaming anymore? Do they have that streaming somewhere? I completely forgot that he made that movie. And I never got to watch it. I remember seeing the previews for that and I was really stoked. Yeah, Rise to Liberty, if you have a link, drop it in so people can watch because obviously I've got a lot of horror fans here, so that's dope. Obviously, this isn't going to be a like normal thing. However, I do think that it's fun that you guys are into it too. Saltburn is one of my new faves. Watched it about 5 times. RSO is my jam. Saltburn. I haven't seen Saltburn. I've never heard of it. All right, well, I'm going to have to find out about Nope. What about that movie? Yes. I don't know. What is that movie? I don't think that I've seen it. Hello, Corn Diff. Where they go psychotic. Elysium. I can't remember the guy's name. He's been in a couple other things. Not that that's helpful to anybody. He looks like the guy from Breaking Bad. Not Walter White, but the other guy. But they're on a ship. And when they wake up, they're not aliens. They're like monsters. And like there's no power and it's pitch black and they're out in space and it's scary. It's actually scary to me. That's the only like alien movie that freaks me out at all. What about horror sci-fi like Killer Clowns from Outer Space? I think that those movies are fun. I think that they're fun. Well, TC, don't tell my best friend that because she loved Nicolas Cage. She loved him. I think he's entertaining. I think he's basically like a human cartoon. Let me see. Killer Clowns is so choice. And watch Manos. I don't know what Manos is. Longlegs is the latest Nicolas Cage satanic serial killer movie. It wasn't bad, but overhyped on Twitter. Oh, okay. I don't. I need to log in because I think I still have my Shutter account. And I need to see what they have because I know. Uh, gosh, why can't I think of the guy's name? I'm telling you, I'm getting too old. It's on Shutter. Let me see. Shutter trailer show. It's Jim Bob something. Isn't it? Shutter Jim Bob trailer show. The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. That's it. Joe Bob Briggs. I love that show. I think that's why I haven't canceled my Shutter yet. Because I freaking love that guy. I love that man. First off, he has a immaculate sense of style. Immaculate. And I don't know, I just think he gives an interesting perspective into the horror world. Even though he did get me to watch that one really terrible movie that made me quit watching horror. So I don't really know. Maybe I have mixed feelings. It's been a while. I'm a big fan of David Lynch. That's a whole other kettle of fish. That is correct. Yeah, David Lynch is a whole other like hellscape within itself, but I also like his work. Dana, I think you were talking about Pandorum. Thank you, John Carew. That's what it's called. The ship was named Elysium, right? The movie's called Pandorum. You're absolutely right. Yeah. Pandorum, one of the scariest movies that I've ever seen. I think the ship was called Elysium though. Thank you for correcting me on that. Cuz I think someone else before had asked me like Elysium, that wasn't scary, and I'm like, "Well, we didn't watch the same movie." So, Joe Bob Briggs is stupid fun. Yeah, I love Joe Bob Briggs. He's one of my favorites. Watch his Outer Limits series that he directed or produced. Either way, I thought it was so good, all of the episodes. I like him a lot. And I think he's a total babe. He's got a good sense of style and a nice trailer, you know. But I just like the like campy vibe of it, you know, even though he's obviously very, very old and will probably retire soon. But I do enjoy that. I think that's probably one of the better things to come off of Shutter. They did the Tales from the Crypt series, which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. I think that they did a pretty good job, actually. Not all of the episodes were great, but when you're trying to remake something that should probably be left alone, you know, not everything is going to be great. I want to see Blink twice. They're saying that's like a Diddy party. Creepy AF. Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they say. You know, I've been drugged more than once, so I haven't seen that movie, so I don't really know how that goes. But, you know. Hello, Scientology Audit Ottawa. Well, you are coming in at the last moment. I've been testing my Wi-Fi, and unless all these dirty Daniels have been lying to me, then the Wi-Fi has behaved, which is truly quite shocking. But I'm about to cut this off in a minute and 10 seconds because I've literally been sitting here talking for 2 hours about nothing. About nothing. But everybody's been patient, and I've learned that these people have fantastic taste in movies and music. Fantastic taste in movies and music. So, I don't really know what else to tell you guys. I pray that this thing isn't gonna crap out on me tomorrow, but you know, because I need to get back into like a schedule. But it's embarrassing when the Wi-Fi breaks up all the time, you know? I want the information to come out. I don't really like care about me getting stuck. It's just I'm trying to get through things and have you guys see these things. So, I'll try again tomorrow and maybe we'll just I want to finish that hearing. That prostitution hearing cuz we only have just a few more pages. And then you know, we'll start getting back into Thieves. Oh, and I have some amazing stuff to show you guys about the process. I completely forgot that. I got some wild stuff to show y'all about the process. And it ain't nothing that I posted on my Twitter, so don't get it twisted. It's really just me everything feel like it's coming full circle. I totally forgot about that. For my OGs that have been here since the jump, it's gonna come full circle for y'all, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, it all makes sense now," right? It all makes sense now. Whatever. Anyways, I'm gonna run the ending because I have to, or else I'm just gonna obsess over it and have a stroke. And I will see you guys hopefully very soon. And yes, Hypatia Flesh Simulator is amazing. I love him. And I know that he just put out the last one for like Gacy, Norman, all of that. I haven't seen it yet, but people should go watch the one before that to get like a breakdown because he starts with a Queeno and then he moves his way up. But I haven't watched the last one yet. But yeah, he is a total babe. I agree. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.